Now let's do special part handling costs. So this is number of special parts as the cost driver. So that's what we're going to try and work out. So the number of special parts per unit. So number of special parts per unit. So this is relatively simple. So we do special part handling costs. So again, you've got standard, deluxe. Put them there. Ooh. So you've got units. Again, we start with units here. Okay. 12. Then you've got number of special parts per unit. So we call special parts per unit 1 and 4. So special parts total, which is that and that. Okay. That's easy. Yeah, because you've just got to find special parts total 12,000. So total special parts, which is just the sum of those, and then we do costs. It's 60,000. Yep. Cost per special part is just that divided by that, so it's 1. So you're just going to times 12,000 by 1 and 48,000 by 1 as well. Okay. So now we're going to do customer invoicing costs. Yeah. And the customer invoicing cost is the number of invoices, yeah? So number of sales invoices issued per year, 240 and 50, nice and easy. So invoices per year, yeah, 50 and 240, I believe it was. Then you just do total. So you can start seeing the relationship of what we're trying to create here. You're just trying to work out a unit cost for each one. Yeah, and then we got invoicing costs, which is 29,000, yeah. Cost per invoice. So you're just working out the cost per everything and then timesing it back in each time. So divided by that, 100, 240 times by 100, 50 times by 100, 5,000. Then we've got material handling costs. Okay, material handling costs, again, standard, deluxe. Okay. So material handling costs is number of batches. Perfect. So we already know what the number of batches are because we got it here. Yeah. Number of batches. Cut that across like that. So let's just delete that. So we do number of batches, again, just divide that by that, remember. total number of batches. It's just the sum of those two. Material handling costs, which is 63,000 total. I'm going to divide that by that. Yep, 250. Take that 240, times it by 250. Yeah. Take that 12, times it by 250. See, that's all we're doing. We're just wanting to work out each time. So what these setup costs are telling us, what these cost drivers are telling us is what's driving these costs, yeah? What's driving them, okay? And then we just figured that out, we worked that out, and then we worked it out as a per unit of the cost driver, yeah? Per unit of batch, yeah? So material handling costs is the per unit of the total number of batches, yeah? You'd work out the total number of batches, and then you times that per unit cost of batch by the number of batches that are used by the individual products, like this case, yeah? Standard has 12,000 units, 1,000 units per batch, it uses therefore 12 batches. Deluxe, 12,000 units, 50 units per batch, 240 batches. That's a total of 252 batches. We take the material handling cost, divide it by the total number of batches to get a cost per batch, yeah? Okay. Once we have that cost per batch, we times that into the number of batches that each individual product uses to get an individual product cost that's totaled. Okay. And then it says other overheads, 180,000, which is by the number of labor hours, direct labor hours, which is perfect because we can just take this. Yeah, we will just take this, copy this over like we did last time, other overheads. Other overheads, okay. Other overheads, so we've got total labor hours there, which is, so other overheads, yeah, which is 108,000. So overheads per labor hour, which is 108,000 divided by 54,000, which is 2. Standard uses 24,000 hours. Yeah, times by 2. Deluxe uses 30,000 times by 2. 60,048. Yeah, then you see the total overheads per both of them. Okay. Okay. And if you've done it right, yeah, when you sum these up, it should equal 332,000, which is the sum of these. That's your check, yeah? So if you haven't done this properly, you may have not multiplied something in properly, like you may have taken, yeah, so there's loads of things that can go wrong. But ultimately your check is if these add up, if these total per units, yeah, add up, when you sum it up to the total here across them, then you've done it properly, okay? Then what you do is overhead per unit. You just simply take this 264,000 and divide it by the number of units that it uses, yeah? So it's 22, as you can see here. And then you take that and you divide it by 12. So voila, nice and easy. Then your profit per unit is simply that minus that minus that minus that. Yeah. Return on sales, same as before, divided by that. Okay, as you can see, very different to what it was previously. And that's because you've used your, let's just check that that's all right. Yeah, that's right. That's because you've allocated these according to specific cost drivers. You've been more specific about how you're allocating in your overheads, which is why you get a different figure across each time, yeah? So your absorption costing doesn't allocate it effectively. It's not allocating the costs according to what's driving them correctly. So standard is clearly a more profitable product than deluxe. Okay,